Hi. I was just fixing to change your sheets.
I only slept for 3 days. Besides, you ain't got to be doing that, Mr. Listen. If you just give me the sheets, I can change my own bed.
It's part of what you get when you rent the room, husband, but if you don't want me in your room, that's quite all right.
Oh, no, it ain't like that, Mr. Listen. It's just, I know how to do it, you see. Mama made sure. She taught me how to clean house, wash, iron, cook, everything. She said I need to know how to do it in case I got caught up one of them lazy, good for nothing women that's always complaining about how tired they was and didn't want to do nothing.
All right. Here, put the dirty ones in the tub.
Yes, ma'am.
It sure took you a long time to get home from Penn Station.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you see, when I got back there, when I got down that Penn Station, Lou Bessie, she was still put out. So she kind of made me ride all the way back to Great Neck with me. And she was fussing and complaining the whole way out there. And people was just turning around looking at us. I sure was bad when she got off that train.
You mean to tell me Lou Bessie made you ride all the way to Great Neck and back?
Yes, ma'am. Kinda.
Well, it still shouldn't have taken you all this time.
You see, after Lou Bessie got off that train, I kind of got lost. I ended up staying on to the last stop. There's some place called Port Washington. And then I didn't know what train to take to get back here.
You had to get off that train and take another train back, husband.
I sure know that now. Mr. Lister, I hope you don't mind me saying, but I'm sorry Lou Bessie called you that name.
It's all right, husband. You can say it. Old Settler.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm sorry.
Well, did you tell her who the old settler was?
No, ma'am. I don't want to cause no more trouble on my account.
No, it don't matter none.
It does to me, you see. I don't know what's gotten into Lou Bessie. She never used to act like that.
I told you, husband, sometimes people change.
I guess. But even I know this changed for the good and changed for the bad. And the way I see it, Lou Bessie, she ain't changed for no good. Anyway, if you want me to move, then I understand.
I ain't say nothing about you having to move now, did I?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to move?
No, ma'am. I just thought maybe you don't want Lou Bessie to come around here.
I ain't stuck no Lou Bessie. I'm finna get me something to eat. You had anything to eat since the restaurant?
No, ma'am.
Are you hungry?
I sure wouldn't mind having something to eat. Yes, ma'am.
Well, all we have is leftovers. That's what we have all week long when it's Quilly's turn to cook.
Well, that's okay. Sometimes leftovers taste better when you first cook them. Flavors got longer time to settle in. Can I help you with that?
No, that's all right. You just have to see there ain't nothing much to do. And besides, I ain't one of them lazy, good for nothing women your mama warned you about.
Yes, ma'am. I can tell that from the beginning. When I used to read the letters. Mr. Lizard, I lied.
Lied? About what?
About not knowing what Lou Bessie stays when she's in Holland.
I never should have asked you that. That was mean and unchristian. Just my way of getting back at Lou Bessie. You ain't got to tell me nothing.
But I got to tell you this, Mr. Lizard.
It's none of my business, husband, and I do not want to talk about Lou Bessie.
But it's important that I tell you.
Why?
Because these feelings I've been having before I found Lou Bessie. And they was there when I used to read your letters. And they say things to me that wasn't written on the paper. And they was there when we was laughing and talking in that restaurant. And they were there in a different way when Lou Bessie called you in 07. And they were there when she got off that train in Great Neck. And I didn't care that she was leaving. And I couldn't wait to get back here.
Well, why did you feel that you had to lie?
I didn't want you to think I was some kind of fool or something. I already know Mrs. McGrath, you don't think much of me. You see, Lou Bessie, she got a 3-year-old daughter and her mama take care of her back down home in Frogmore. She had a baby by this man named Buck.
Bucket?
Yes, ma'am, Buck. That's what his name is, Buck. Well, you see, he took off when he found out Lou Bessie was pregnant. Now, don't get me wrong, Lou Bessie, she ain't a bad person. She sent money down home for a little girl all the time. But she got the devil from the people in Frogmore when they found out she was going to have a baby, one gonna get married. What really hurt her the most is how mean her mama used to treat her. I sure felt sorry for Lou Bessie. So I took up with her. And not because I felt sorry for her, because I always had it out for her, even when she was going with Bucky. And anyhow, she always claimed that she didn't know where Bucky was gone. So last night, when I got a chance to talk to her, I told her I was gonna come back here, was gonna grab my things and I was gonna move in with her.
You was planning to live common law?
Yes, ma'am. I know it would have been long. I would have never done that. My mama was still there. It was only gonna be for a little while, just until we got married.
I see.
Yes, ma'am. That's what she told me. She was living with Bucky. She said she couldn't afford to pay rent in the place she only lives in 1 or 2 nights out the week, so she moved in with Bucky. But Miss Elizabeth, Bucky only got a room. One room just like I got, enough room for one bed, just like me. So I asked her, I said, will you sleep on the floor? She said, no, I'm sleeping in the same bed as Bucky, but ain't nothing happening. And I say, here you are, you sleeping in the same bed with a man you didn't have a baby by before in your night clothes, and you telling me ain't nothing happening?
And what did she say?
She told me I had to trust her.
Is that what you do?
Sure as I'm sitting here.
Lord have mercy, that shows a whole lot of trust.
To be honest with you, man, I kind of didn't care. I mean, other than the fact I didn't want to take it out with some kind of fool, I didn't care. I mean, now maybe if I would have found it when I first got it, then things might be different, but I don't care.
Why not?
I thought about it. All the way back from Great Neck, and it was because of those feelings I just got through telling you about. I don't mean no disrespect, Mr. Elizabeth. I got all the respect in the world. Now, I know I'm young, but I know my feelings. I know what makes me feel good, and I suspect you know what makes you feel good. That's why I was able to stay up all night, just laughing and talking in that restaurant. You ever stay up all night with anyone before, Miss Elizabeth?
No.
Me neither. Now you see what I'm talking about. And I suspect you got the same feelings. Oh, no. Don't stop me now. I done got my nerve up, and if I stop my nerve, I don't know if I'll be able to get my nerve back up to start. And all I'm asking is to keep that feeling for as long as I can. And let me spend more time with you like we did in that restaurant.
Don't play with me, husband. I'm too old for that.
I ain't playing. And you ain't too old. You're just older. I had an uncle who used to say, ain't no such thing as a woman that's too old, a woman that's too ugly. Only a woman that's not too nice.
What do you want with me?
I just want to feel good. The way you make me feel, like when I read your letters, like in that restaurant.
No, this ain't right. I told you don't play with me.
And I told you I ain't playing.
Well, what about Lou Bessie?
You said you didn't want to talk about the best.
No, this ain't right. Why are you telling this?
Because I want to, and I believe you want me to. Now come on to husband.